as he hits the ball, is taken off out of the box. Right here, he knows immediately, head down, going to take a perfect play, perfect throw, and it almost happened.
Career high 32 stolen bases for Tatis last year. He's the tying run at first, taking a good lead, not running, and a healthy cut and a miss. Yeah. Swung so hard his hand came off of the bat with Marte.
Bottom hand usually is not the one that comes off the bat, and that's the one that did on that swing.
Getting up into the range that Mark DeRosa was talking about for Paul Skeens, but the bullpen still relatively quiet down there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just now, Tyler Rogers has started to get loose. He's one of the new additions to Team USA's bullpen. They added a few guys over the weekend. Rogers, Tim Hill, Will Vest, Jeff Hoffman. Tatis leaning again, but not running. Line drive, base hit left center field. PCA cuts it off. Tatis hangs on.
Wow, I thought Tatis easily had third base right there.
He's maybe got PTSD.
Maybe.
Cut down by Judge earlier.
That's shocking there, because that ball and that angle for the throw was going to be really difficult to wheel around and throw to third.
And there'd be more value in him getting there here than there was when he got thrown out by Judge when there were 2 outs.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's going to do it for Skeens. The Dominican fans realize what this means. The American ace leaves the mound. And the Dominicans are going to say anybody but Paul Skeens.
Lowest release points you'll ever see. I mean, he's scraping the ground and really trying to create an illusion to the hitter.
Bouncing ball towards the middle. Went to the bag. Off balance. Going for a double play. Got it on the ground and got 2. Tyler Rogers, welcome to Team USA. Good problem for Mark DeRosa to have, choosing between the 2 catchers. He's gone back and forth between Cal Raleigh and Will Smith. Raleigh hitless so far, and said his swing is just not in a great place. Often isn't at this time of year. If they get to the championship game, it's then going to be who has played best to that point that Mark DeRosa was going to choose to start. Down in a high pitch. 1 gone in the 6th. And it brings up Roman Anthony, who's got one of the 2 home runs for Team USA. Here's our player profile, sponsored by AT&T. Youngest player on the roster, 21 years old. Go-ahead shot in the 4th, his 2nd home run of the tournament.
And they gave him the rookie treatment. They had him doing all kinds of things. Well, he has delivered. He's become a veteran on the spot with all the, really with not a lot of experience, but man, oh man, he plays like he sure does have it.
Bryce Harper said, "Hey kid, we need some music. Go get us a speaker." But not just any speaker. Mark DeRosa described it as a 1,000-pound speaker that he's responsible not just for buying, but making sure it gets lugged around so they can have their music. 1-1 to Anthony. Swing and a miss. 1-2 out in front of the changeup. He has been in the hip pocket of Aaron Judge. Yankees, Red Sox getting along. Only in the World Baseball Classic. Guided by their nation's colors here. 1-2. Here comes Brazoban. It's in there. Strike 3. Sinker dives back to the inside edge. 2 out.
This is a great pitch. Look at the movement and the late inside part of the plate. Called strike 3.
Price to ring now. And time is called. Talking about Braziban, how long it took him to get to the major leagues. Part of it was he wasn't pitching very well, but part of it was he had used his younger brother's name to get 2 years and be a more attractive prospect, and then they found out about that. So visa issues for years as he would try to come back from the Dominican Republic to start his seasons. And when he went to the Mets a few years back, they went out of their way to help him sort those out, basically get that file closed so he doesn't have to deal with the problems when he's going back and forth. So that's been put to bed. He's established himself as a nice piece.
Well, in the beginning, I felt like the team that would put the ball and play more was going to win this game, and that hasn't been proving to be true so far. 10 strikeouts by the USA team, but 2 home runs has got that slim lead.
Big swing and a miss from Turan. Comes in leading Team USA, hitting .476. 0 for 2 in the semi. Down 0-2 here.
Man, he has been really good on the mound.
And he stays that way, pulling the string and a changeup and striking out the side. Home run of this game for the Dominicans, coming on a Caminero home run in the second. This is a team that averaged 10 runs per game coming in. Oh, pitching stats against these loaded lineups. Really impressive. Guerrero takes a perfect pitch.
Now at that height, Guerrero didn't like the call, but has such awareness of the strike zone at that height. That breaking ball needs to start at that height if you got any chance to get him to fish.
Slash to right center field. Pico Armstrong gliding to the track. He's there. Makes it look easy. 1 gone in the 6th inning. Manny Machado had to be having flashbacks when he saw Julio Rodriguez rob that home run in center field tonight. These teams faced off in the quarterfinals in San Diego in 2017, and it was Adam Jones with a home run robbery as Team USA went on to win the whole thing. Tonight, Julio Rodriguez taking a home run away from Aaron Judge. Of course, it was Machado you saw in that shot that hit that ball that Jones brought back. Inside, ball one from Jax. Machado is going into his 15th major league season. More than half of his career will be in San Diego once this year is complete. His 8th season with the Padres coming up. Wraps it on the ground at short. Backhand whip from the outfield grass. Oh, BB for out number 2.
I think he took just a little extra second to show off that arm, by the way. His dad, of course, a former Major League Baseball pitcher, probably says, yeah, that's where he's got that fastball from. This right here is just a cannon.
Seen him make a bunch of these plays in the Classic. Yeah, Dad taking credit for the arms. I don't know where he got the rest of it from. Diving plays, the home runs, but yeah, that's from me. 2 outs. Caminero. Line drive center field, hangs up for Pico Armstrong, and Griffin Jax. 7 pitches to retire the heart of the order in order.
Way nasty. I know he coming into this game, I think it was the only reliever to give up some runs for the Dominican team, but what an arm.
PCA sends a fly ball to center field. Rodriguez won't have to work quite as hard for this one. 1 gone in the 7th. United States would love some insurance going into the late innings.
Tremendous movement on that sinker that gets it off the barrel of the bat. This kind of hitter, Bobby, he's due.
1 for 3 tonight. He struck out twice. First pitch from Uribe. Sizzles in there. Strike one. 98-mile-per-hour sinker. The United States offense has been more in fits and starts throughout the World Baseball Classic. And again, a lot of those come in the first 2 games against Brazil and Great Britain. Only 2 of them tonight, but the pitching holding down this Dominican lineup. The 2 so far has been enough, and this has been the workhorse for Team USA. For Bednar, this would be a 4th appearance in 6 games. You have the off day tomorrow, so if they win this game, still going to have everybody available for the championship. Wicks down on strikes for the 3rd time. Since the 2 home runs in the 4th inning for Team USA, they're 1 for their last 11. Harper. 1 for 3. Does a double in this game. A 1 from Uribe. Both these teams, bad tastes in their mouth in 2023. Team USA that close against Japan. So the pain that comes with getting so close, pushing the boulder up the mountain, but not being able to finish it. For Team Dominican Republic, they got eliminated in pool play, which is unthinkable for that baseball-loving country.
Yeah, almost flukish, right? Yeah. I mean, that'll drive you if you got to wait 3 years.
Stew. Off the end of the bat, hooked on the ground to a backhanded glove. Marte flips it on to first.
Fastball, curveball, splitter, and he's going to come after you with 97 miles an hour and then use his off speed and change of speed to mess you up.
Bottom of the order, but it's all relative. Still a bunch of superstars. Julio Rodriguez leads off. First pitch from Bednar. In there for a strike. Started him with a splitter. Too close for comfort for the U.S. 1-run game in the 7th. 0-2. Julio Rodriguez going into his 5th major league season. Represented hope for the Mariners and right away delivered, getting them to the postseason for the first time in 2 decades in his Rookie of the Year campaign. At the same time, success brings expectations. The big contract that he signed heightens those. And so it's been a bit of a complicated ride the last few years. Very up and down. This is still an electric player that when he's right is as good as anybody. Reaches out, flips one into shallow left field. Witt is under it for the first out of the 7th.
That's the wrong guy to be messing with on this team. Keep it away from shortstop.
Tonight hadn't been too many good spots to go after on that defense. Lineup known for its bats. More about the gloves in this semi. Austin Wells, after his 7th inning walk-off home run, Mercy Rule win against Korea, is 0 for 2 tonight, but he sends this ball to right center field, and Aaron Judge isn't going to get there. Wells into second with a 1-out double. Tying running scoring position for the Dominican Republic.
He hit this one perfectly in between Judge and Armstrong, and that ball just gets over the head. And that's saying something when it gets over the head of Aaron Judge.
The motion spills out of Wells. Gerardo Perdomo, the 9-hitter, but one of the best clutch hitters in the league last year. Perdomo hit .330 with runners in scoring position. After a game-winning hit, they asked him about it, and he said, "My blood is like a frog, cold." Clutch Perdomo. Takes a strike, 1-1. They call him the Frogman now because of how good he is in these spots. David Bednar finds himself in a familiar situation. Pressure on, 7th inning. His 1-1 pitch to Perdomo is pop foul, strike 2.
You get so used to seeing a regular lineup, and I would say on average this has got to be the deepest the outfielders have ever played on a consistent basis, because you've got to respect the power of the entire lineup. Typically you're going to have one side of the outfield playing in, but not against the Dominican.
2-2. Bullpen quiet. Bednar's taken over for this 7th. He's home with a 2-2 pitch. Perdomo laces a base hit to center. Wells went back at first. He stops at third. Wells was unsure if that ball was going to get over Bobby Witt, and the way Witt's played, you don't blame him for being so. But he has to stop at third, and the tying run still 90 feet away.
Well, he said he's clutch, and he went with the pitch. And to your point, Wells had to be absolutely sure, and that's what cost him the chance of scoring. He just talked about how deep the outfield has to play, but another tangled web here for Bednar.
Tatis has a hype man. Caminero. Tatis has about 30,000 hype men and women. Tying run at third. 1 gone in the 7th. Strike 1. There goes Perdomo. Tatis swings and misses. Go-ahead run into scoring position with 1 away.
And that was a great move. Now puts the pressure on Team USA. They've got to bring the infield in, although be it with 2 strikes.
Holes get a little bit bigger for Tatis. The DR looking for the lead in the 7th. Bednar deals. Got him! Tatis is out number 2.
We've had 2 moments, Aaron Judge and now Tatis, with an opportunity for contact with less than 2 outs, and give the pitcher some credit. I mean, they have made huge pitches to 2 great hitters that could not put the ball in play.
Yeah, it was Severino that did it to Judge in the 3rd inning, 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. And now it's Bednar against Tatis, so it's up to Marte. Strike 1. David Bednar just doesn't feel right until he's got his back against the wall, huh?
I guess not.
Hey.
So far, he is pitching his way out of some tough situations.
On an 0-1, Marte swings and misses, and it's 0-2. Just powered a fastball by him. The 0-2 fouls it back. Sticking with the hard stuff. double from Wells and a single from Perdomo.
There's going to be some emotion one way or another here, either by Team USA or Team Dominican.
Another 0-2 pitch taken high. It's like something is about to snap. Tying run at third, go ahead run at second. Time taken by Marte. Two hits in this game for the Diamondbacks second baseman. His double play partner that stands at second base as the go-ahead run. The 1-2 pitch. Bednar gets out of it. An escape artist for Team USA. He's on the pitch.
Another hard throwing. Sometimes command. Again, you see the walks to the strikeouts. But man, oh man. The opportunities that have been thwarted with less than 2 outs. That will not, if these two teams played 7 games in a row, you're not going to see that too many more times. Like, you're just not. With these lineups, you're going to see those guys are going to put the ball in play. They haven't tonight, though.
One of these teams average 8 runs per game. One of them averaged 10 runs per game. Aaron Judge fouls back first one from Dominguez, but it's been about the pitching. It's been about the defense tonight. And somehow we have a 2-1 score in the 8th inning. The last time we all saw Sir Anthony Dominguez, he was getting out of that 10th inning jam in the World Series Game 7. The Dodgers won it in the 11th, heavily used in the postseason by the Blue Jays, and whatever team he's been on, somebody that has been big in the playoffs. He's got a 1.86 career playoff ERA. Heads over to the Chicago White Sox this year.
Such a good breaking ball and splitter, not to mention 97+ mile-an-hour fastball.
Judge, Schwarber, and Henderson. How much do you think Mark DeRosa is praying for a run? Make him breathe a little easier here. Judge is down swinging. Elevated splitter, but he swings through it. And these WBC management jobs are tough. You got guys who, in a lot of cases, have not managed. This is their first chance to do it. And it's got more hurdles to it than your average major league game. And that's not even to talk about the fact that every game is so dang important. Every game feels like a playoff game.
Well, no one knows the behind-the-scenes limitations and conversations. Because it's a big tournament, the average fan or the person sitting watching go, why isn't he doing this? Or why can't you do that? Or why isn't this guy pitching? It just doesn't work in a smooth way. And so you take what you have and do the best you can with it. And probably have to eat a lot of crow along the way, because every single person is going to second guess everything.
If you're a major league manager, you got to answer to 1 or 2 people. If you are a WBC manager, you got to answer to 30 different clubs who all rightfully want to protect their players. Schwarber takes a strike, 1-1.
This had to be a cross-up. It's like, what?
Wells looking out there.
Was setting up for a breaking ball, and he couldn't get it.
Schwarber takes the ball, 2-1. Mark DeRosa's second World Baseball Classic as the manager. He said that he hadn't wanted something so bad in a long time. He wears it. As it takes him back to the must-win games that he played in his 16 seasons in the major league. Some of those came with the manager on the other side. He was traded to the Cardinals, was DeRosa, in 2009 when Albert Pujols was in the middle of his 3rd MVP season. And those guys have remained close. Schwarber takes the walk. He's on with 1 out. In fact, one of the first calls DeRosa got after Team USA beat Canada the other night was from Albert Pujols. Here's Gunnar Henderson.
I got to experience that for a couple months over there, and see Albert up close. What a man. I'd rather see him up close on the same team than try to pitch against him, because that didn't go well.
He gets you just once, though.
Yeah, just one time he got me that wasn't a home run. 3 times he got me that was a home run.
The just once was the single. Okay. 1 on 1 out. Gunnar Henderson tied this game with a home run in the 4th. 2 batters later, Roman Anthony hit a home run of his own, and that's the scoring. Ernie Clements pinch running for Schwarber. Strike 1 from Dominguez. DeRosa said about a week into his time with the Cardinals, they were playing in Cincinnati. They were down 3 in the top of the 9th inning. And Tony La Russa had the closer up. And he's thinking, what are we doing? We're down 3. Albert Pujols comes up and hits a grand slam. They all knew it was coming. Grand slam, closer in, game over, Cardinals win.
He's one of the greatest hitters of all time.
Over 700 home runs.
People forget how unbelievable defense he was at first base. He covered, well, he covered half the field.
Yeah.
Like he took away more hits because he was so aggressive and athletic over there. And
the machine eligible for the Hall of Fame in 2028. It won't take any time once he is. 2-2 on Gunnar Henderson. For the Dominican Republic in the bottom of the 8th inning, Juan Soto, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Manny Machado. Really doesn't matter where in the lineup they're coming up. It's going to make you say, uh-oh. And the U.S. gets some insurance. Breathe a little bit easier. Here's a 2-2. Henderson hits it on the ground to second. Marte to second, 1. Perdomo to first. A double play. The Dominican bullpen continues to shine. Can those big-time bats that have been unstoppable coming in get things going? Just the Caminero home run. Running out of chances. Down to their last 6 outs. Winner to the championship game.
Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms can keep coming back.
Break away to what's possible with Tremfya.
The only IL-23 blocker for Crohn's and UC to offer self-administration from the start.